Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the cluttered inside of the Ashtoons studio on a very hot, just a little bit after 12, Monday, June the 28th, 2021. And I'm still in the pajamas, and no headband, and no armbands. I'm just going to let the psoriasis show today. You guys are getting a look at my grungy side. So today I'm giving the truck a break. I'm staying in and investing this entire day back into the business by staying sole-mindedly focused on one task. And that task is redoing all the banners, backsplash, display, all of the flash for my 10x10 booth that I use out at these fairs. So I am going to be right there in the same chair that I use at the booth, at the same easel, working on this all day, trying to get new examples. So these were made in 2017. There's some that I'm going to completely retire, some that I might reuse, but the banner itself, this one right here, the one that has all the pricing on it, yeah, I don't draw like that anymore. That kind of sucks. And when I actually got on my laptop and found the original file, it has a date stamp on it from when the last time I altered the file. There it is. The end of May of 2015. That was the last time I saved a change to this. At the time it was new. The new banner. Wow, 2006 years ago. Also, these prices are kind of 6 year ago prices too, aren't they? So I'm sorry to all of you guys that have been patiently waiting for me to come around to your hometown so you can get a drawing done. This is the last time you're going to see these prices. Like everything else these days, they are just going to have to go up a little bit. But if you're real nice and you say that you're a viewer of the channel, I might just be willing to go by the old prices. You can really tell the age of this thing too, because look at that. It's actually forming holes in the vinyl where it's been folded and unfolded so many times. So I made some major mistakes with this old sign. I also did some good things. I really like the grommets, and I'm gonna continue using the same logo because I think I did a good job on that. It is nice, colorful, and eye-catching. But this idea of having the pricing detachable with Velcro, that was a terrible idea because then the glue that holds the Velcro to the vinyl breaks down really quick in the hot sun, and so then you get this exposed gummy residue that collects dirt, starts to look ugly, and then I've got to continually retape it back down. So never doing that again. The sign and the pricing are all going to be one thing from now on. These examples, oh my goodness, I really do not draw like that anymore. Yeah, there's Conan right there. Man, why were people buying pictures from me back in 2015? I sucked. All right, so yeah, so that's going to be different. A major focus is going to be that backsplash because so far it's just been this, a string of pictures. And so I want it to be a full backsplash that covers the whole back of the tent. And I want it to be printed examples on vinyl. I don't want to do the hand-drawn examples anymore. I think the printed vinyl ones actually look more professional. And so I am going to stop using some of these. I'm going to retire some of these. Definitely Two Broke Girls. I mean, they've been canceled for a while. I'm going to keep Angelina Jolie. I'm proud of the way that looks. I'm going to keep Key and Peele. They're still pretty relevant. No, I'm going to retire Ron Perlman. I think it looks just like him, but I've only had a handful of people actually recognize this. And ever since the end of Sons of Anarchy, he's kind of not as relevant anymore. Bill Nye the Science Guy still gets recognized a lot. Definitely going to keep using PewDiePie and the Will Smith, and also the Stan Lee. A few that I used on my sandwich board back before I retired that, the one I would put out front. I need to get a new one of those. I'm going to be retiring the Harry Potter. I think Emma Watson was the only one that I really got good on this, and I think the only reason why people were recognizing it was because of the uniform there. So that one is getting retired. The Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, I really think it looks just like them. But again, I had a bare few people actually recognize them, so that will be retired. This Doctor Who, Matt Smith with the two companions, Amy and Rory, from one of my favorite series, Doctor Who. I had a few people recognize this. I don't think I did real good on Matt Smith. Still made his eyes a little too big, and Rory's not real recognizable. I think Amy's okay, but it's just too hard for people to recognize Doctor Who without the TARDIS or a sonic screwdriver, without the iconic props. And I just don't want to depend on props, and I don't think I did very good on this one. And also, hey, Doctor Who, the series, has gotten itself embroiled in a lot of identity politics that I want to separate myself from nowadays anyway. This one of Penn and Teller I will continue to use. I really like it. I think it's very recognizable, and their continued presence in pop culture is amazing for so long. They've got some real lasting power. And then the Casey Neistat, while this is recognizable, and I think a lot of people have actually recognized this one, it's just, you know what, maybe I will continue to use this one. Casey's really cool. Mr. Smash Cut is what I like to call him. Now this one of, I was about to say Madonna. It's Marilyn Monroe. I made this one back in 2018 and never used it because I was planning on using it for the new banner. I've been wanting to make a new banner for a long time. So this one's just kind of been in stores, so you can see where it hasn't not faded at all. So yes, I will be using this one. She has that iconic open mouth smile with the big beauty mark there, and just, she remains iconic. It doesn't seem to matter how long ago she died. As far as the side banners, I do want to continue using these aluminum brackets. They have worked so well for so long, how they fold up and you can just hang them up. But I want to have a printed vinyl that I attach to the front instead of the hand-drawn pictures. And I will continue to use the Jim and Pam. That's a good one. Whoopi continues to be very recognizable. And this one of Jennifer Aniston, I've had a few people recognize her, but she's just not... no, I'm going to take that one out. And then on the black and white side, I really like the Audrey Hepburn. I'll probably continue to use the Lucy and Desi, and I still think I did a good job on the Mythbusters with Adam and Jamie, but they've really faded a lot, so I'll probably have to run them through some kind of filter on my Photoshop and darken them up. To give you some example, this is one that hasn't faded. There's the faded one. Yeah, so on the black and white side, you can see I'm trying to go with actors that are known for being seen in black and white. I think that helps just a little bit of a touch there, except for like the Mythbusters and Penn and Teller and Will Smith. Anyway, so anyway, guys, that's just me going over this and giving myself a little inventory of what I have and what do I need to do today. I'm going to stay focused today on doing as many new examples as I possibly can before it gets to be like 1 in the morning when I just can't hold my eyes open anymore. So yeah, you're going to see the good and the bad, you're going to see all the fails, and there's going to be a lot of them, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, let's just get started. Well, it ended up taking me 2 days. It's now Wednesday. And I did end up getting caught up in that loop where I would draw the caricature and then say, doesn't look quite right. Maybe if I just change this, and I would redraw it and redraw it. Well, you guys saw it all. But after all of that, not leaving this studio for 2 days, I did end up with a nice thick handful of usable example celebrity caricatures. Should not have taken me that long. I am not proud of myself. Alright, let's just go ahead and do the overview. I think you guys all know Morgan Freeman. Oh, let me show you the old one. I had done a picture of Morgan Freeman for this banner back in 2015. That's the Morgan Freeman I did before. And then this is the one I just did. So, yeah, marked improvement, I would say. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. And then this one of Tony, or RDJ, and Gwyneth Paltrow. That was one that I drew 5 or 6 times before I finally got it where I felt like there was a recognizable likeness there. And, you know, in this batch, I am using props a little bit. I know I said that's kind of not something you should do, but in this case, it's the Tony Stark beard. But I think it's recognizable enough. So there we go. I redrew it because I just really wanted an RDJ and Gwyneth Paltrow caricature. Really wanted that hung up. I wanted one hung up in my booth, and I was gonna do whatever it took to get it. And then this is one that I actually did on the first try. I think it may have been because I actually came across a very high-resolution close-up picture of her very quickly in my search, and so that really helped a lot. This is Beyonce Knowles. If you don't know it, she did the song "If You Liked It, You Should Have Put a Ring on It," which at the time we all thought was just like lewd and everything, but with the stuff like WAP that's coming out now, and then I look back on the stuff that she did, where she didn't get embroiled in politics, and her most popular song, "If You Liked It, You Should Put a Ring on It," is really just calling for commitment, and it actually seems very wholesome now. And I actually not a real fan of her music as much as I just really liked her in Austin Powers 3 and Pink Panther. She always seemed like one of those just really down-to-earth kind of people. I just like her. She's awesome. This one, too, I did on the second try. Second try for MrBeast. And I think he's probably one of the most recognizable YouTubers right now, like, of all time. So that's definitely going to be appealing to the hipsters, the millennials, and the zoomers, of course, as well as this one here. This is one that I actually did not turn the camera on for. I was just doing it on lark. Didn't really know if it would work out or not, but on the second try, I got this. It really felt like I got a good likeness there. If you don't know who this is, and I'm not putting a Mario hat on him or a red shirt with a white M on it. I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to stay away from the props on this one. Da-da-da-da-da-da. This here is Shigeru Miyamoto. He's one of the big creative minds behind a lot of the Nintendo IPs. His first big hit was Donkey Kong, but he was also he came up with the first Zelda and then Super Mario Brothers, and he's still on the team, and he's still making awesome stuff to this day. And you can really just in his little interviews and stuff, you can just feel the excitement and passion that he has for what he does for a living. He's basically the figurehead. Well, him and Reggie. Well, Reggie's retired, isn't he? Okay, so he's the figurehead of Nintendo. I would say he's like what Stan Lee was to Marvel. And this one, too, I was very proud of. I think I got this on the second or third try. And that is Barney Fife and Andy Griffith. Or Don Knotts and Andy Griffith from the Andy Griffith Show. And I wanted to do something in black and white that was originally seen in black and white. And I wanted it to be iconic. And there's something about this show that just is so timeless. It doesn't seem to matter how long ago it aired. People still watch it over and over. It's family friendly. But it's incredibly funny. The characters are just so relatable. And I live close to Mount Airy, where they have a big Andy Griffith Festival every year, and it still draws in tons of people. Proud of that one. And then I did Gina Carano, basically as a protest to cancel culture, because I feel like what she was canceled for was a bunch of BS. And actually, there's been rumors that she might be back to The Mandalorian. And that, too, was a big reason why I drew this, because that Mando armor, or Mandalorian, Mando is the... Anyway, it's fun to draw. It was kind of like when I drew Matt Damon from The Martian, and the big fun part of drawing that drawing, too, was just drawing the spacesuit. There's something about these suits that just appeals to me. I love to draw them. And then last... And this is one that I didn't turn the camera on for either, because it was kind of on a lark. But then after I did it, I was like, you know what? I'm not redoing it, because I really think it does look good. And that is Markiplier and Chica. Because I want to put up examples to encourage people to get what they see on the examples. In this case, pets. I like drawing pets. When people bring their dogs out on a leash, I want there to be an example up there showing that, yes, I will draw your dog. And so I wanted a very recognizable celebrity paired up with a iconic dog. So what better than Markiplier and Chica, even though Markiplier hasn't had the pink hair in like, what, 3-4 years now? But still, you know, I think his icon still has the pink mustache. But even without it, though, if I did his hair, like he grew it out and now he does more of a very professional businessman kind of coif now instead of this hipster pink. But I think it still looks like him. And there's Chica there. But yeah, that's the same reason why I did this picture of Key and Peele with Keanu. And I had that hung up on the back wall for a while, hoping to catch people's eye and let them know, yes, I am willing to draw pets. And if you don't know what this is a reference to this movie here, Keanu. It was about two suburban, I want to say house husbands. I think one of them is still single, but still very suburban, that have their kitten kidnapped, and they decide to go to the inner city and try to get it back. And now they're acting like, it's like a fish out of water thing where they're acting like that. It actually turned out to be a very terrible movie. I'm not recommending this movie like at all. It was, yeah, I saw the trailer and I was hyped about it. Ended up drawing this from the trailer, and then finally found the movie and watched it and was very disappointed. Do not get this movie. Key and Peele, I love you. You're really funny. You need to stick with the variety shows. That's what you're good at. And so there you go. That and apparently horror movies. Seems like an odd two things to be good at. All right. That is it for this one, guys. Guys, if you've enjoyed this, yeah, so now I've got to get onto the computer and actually photograph these and get them in, put them on the banner, get that to a sign company and get one made as soon as possible so I can get those prices raised up. Yes, if you've enjoyed this, make sure to indicate so by giving me the good old thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to turn on notifications by hitting that bell, going over and selecting all. I will talk to you down in the comments. And, as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next one.